Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. If you're over 50 and living with diabetes or even pre-diabetes, then you've probably been told at some point, cut out the bread. And let's be honest, that's tough. Bread is comfort. Bread is convenience. Bread is part of just about every culture, meal plan, and grocery list. But here's the good news, you don't have to give up bread altogether. You just have to know which ones to choose. In today's video, we're diving into the top 5 best breads every diabetic should be eating, especially if you're looking to lower your blood sugar naturally and still enjoy your favorite meals. These aren't just any breads, these are low on the glycemic index, packed with fiber and whole grains, designed to support blood sugar balance, and actually taste good. So grab a cup of tea, get cozy, and let's break down exactly what kind of bread belongs in your kitchen and which ones should be off your plate for good. Number 1. Sprouted grain bread, like Ezekiel bread. First up, the gold standard for diabetic-friendly bread. Sprouted grain bread. You might have seen this in the refrigerated section of the grocery store. One of the most popular brands is Ezekiel bread, but there are several other sprouted options available now. So what makes it so special? Sprouted grain bread is made from whole grains that have been soaked and sprouted before baking. This process breaks down starches, making it easier to digest, increases the availability of key nutrients like B vitamins and antioxidants, lowers the glycemic index, meaning it won't spike your blood sugar as fast. Sprouted grains and blood sugar. According to the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism, sprouted grains can lead to lower post-meal blood glucose, improved insulin response, and better satiety, meaning you stay full longer. A single slice of Ezekiel bread has about 80 calories, 15 g carbs, 3 g fiber, 5 g protein. Not bad for something that actually satisfies that bread craving. Best ways to enjoy sprouted bread. Toast with almond butter and cinnamon. Open-faced sandwich with avocado and tomato. Use for a high-protein egg sandwich. Pro tip, because there are no preservatives, sprouted grain bread should be kept in the fridge or freezer. Just pop a slice in the toaster straight from the freezer. Number 2. Low-carb keto bread, grain-free options. Next on the list, low-carb or keto breads. And no, you don't have to be on the keto diet to benefit from them. These breads are made without traditional wheat or grains. Instead, they use things like almond flour, coconut flour, psyllium husk, and even flaxseed meal, which means very low net carbs, often just 2 to 4 grams per slice. Why keto breads work for diabetics? Low-carb breads are a game changer for anyone trying to avoid post-meal glucose spikes, keep insulin levels steady, feel full, and avoid cravings later on. Since they're made mostly from fiber and healthy fats, they digest slowly and don't cause the same blood sugar crash you'd get from white bread or even some whole wheat breads. Just make sure to read the labels. Some keto breads still sneak in starchy fillers, preservatives, and even sugar alcohols that may upset your gut. Best ways to use keto bread. Turkey sandwich with mustard and spinach. Toasted with mashed avocado and hemp seeds. Pan-fried as a grilled cheese with mozzarella and tomato. Pro tip. Try to find brands with clean ingredients. The fewer ingredients, the better. Look for real food-based options rather than overly processed versions. Number 3. 100% whole grain bread, not just wheat bread. Now let's talk about a bread that many think is healthy, but only some versions actually are. We're talking about whole grain bread. But here's the catch, not all wheat breads are whole grain. If the first ingredient on the label is enriched wheat flour, that's just a fancy term for processed white flour. What you want to look for instead is 100% whole grain or 100% whole wheat as the first ingredient. This means you're getting the entire grain with all its fiber, more vitamins and minerals, slower digesting carbs that help regulate blood sugar, glycemic index of whole grains. Whole grain bread typically has a moderate glycemic index, GI, especially when paired with protein or fat. That's key for blood sugar management. Bonus, some brands add chia seeds, flax, or sunflower seeds, which further boost the fiber and omega-3 content. How to spot a good whole grain bread? Look for at least 3 g fiber per slice. 0 g added sugar. Simple, recognizable ingredients. Avoid anything that says multigrain or wheat without the word whole in front. Those are marketing tricks to make processed bread sound healthy. Delicious ways to eat it. Classic sandwich with turkey and mustard. French toast with cinnamon and egg whites. Peanut butter and sliced berries on toast for a protein-packed snack. Pro tip: toasting whole grain bread can slightly lower its glycemic impact and improve digestibility. That wraps up the first 3 on our list: sprouted grain bread, keto/low-carb bread, and true 100% whole grain bread. These are solid, everyday options that give you flexibility and flavor without sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster ride. In part 2, we'll reveal the final 2 breads you should absolutely try and 2 common, healthy breads that may be sabotaging your progress without you realizing it. Part 2 of 3. Welcome back. In Part 1, we covered the first 3 of the top 5 best breads for diabetics over 50. 1. Sprouted grain bread like Ezekiel. 2. Low-carb keto bread made from almond or coconut flour. 3. 100% whole grain bread, not to be confused with regular wheat bread. Each of these options helps keep blood sugar stable, provides essential nutrients, and still satisfies that craving for toast, sandwiches, and more. Now let's get into the final 2 breads that are diabetic friendly, and then hang tight because we'll also break down 2 sneaky breads you might think are healthy but could be causing hidden blood sugar spikes. Number 4, flaxseed bread, rich in fiber and omega-3s. Let's talk about flaxseed bread. This is one of the most underrated types of bread out there, especially for those managing diabetes. Flaxseed bread is made with ground flax seeds, sometimes mixed with other low-carb ingredients like eggs or almond flour. And it's a powerhouse when it comes to nutrients that stabilize blood sugar. Why it's great? High in soluble fiber, which slows glucose absorption. Contains alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that helps reduce inflammation. Naturally gluten-free in many cases. Extremely low net carbs, often just 1-2 g per slice. What the research says. Studies show that adding flaxseed to the diet may help improve A1C levels, reduce insulin resistance, lower LDL cholesterol, that's the bad kind. For older adults with diabetes, that's huge because managing inflammation and insulin sensitivity becomes harder with age. Ways to use flaxseed bread. As a base for egg sandwiches in the morning. Spread with avocado and sliced cucumber for a refreshing snack. Toasted with tuna salad or chicken breast. Pro tip: some flax breads are homemade style or found in the frozen natural foods section. Others come pre-sliced and shelf-stable. Just make sure to check for minimal ingredients and no added sugars or starches. Number 5, rye bread, especially 100% whole rye or sourdough rye. Last but not least, we've got rye bread. And no, we're not talking about the white rye bread that's full of flour and fillers. We're talking about real, dense, hearty rye, the kind that's made from 100% rye flour or whole rye grains and sometimes fermented like sourdough. Here's why rye is awesome for diabetics. It contains a unique type of fiber called arabinoxolin, which has been shown to slow glucose release. Rye flour has a lower glycemic index than traditional wheat flour. When fermented, like in sourdough rye, the bread has an even lower GI and may improve gut health. Blood sugar benefits. In one study, participants who ate rye bread with breakfast had significantly lower blood sugar levels throughout the day compared to those who ate regular wheat bread. It also improves feelings of fullness, so you're less likely to snack later, which helps with weight management. How to choose the right rye. Look for labels that say 100% whole rye or sourdough rye. Dense texture, not light and fluffy. No added sugar, honey, or molasses common in store-bought versions. Avoid rye breads where wheat flour is the first ingredient. Those are usually just wheat bread in disguise. How to enjoy rye bread. Make a hearty open-faced sandwich with smoked salmon, cream cheese, and dill. Top with turkey, mustard, and leafy greens. Serve with soup or stew for a filling, balanced lunch. Pro tip: real rye bread freezes well. Buy in bulk and toast straight from the freezer when you need it. Bonus: 2 common breads to avoid. Now, before we move on to part 3 where we build a full weekly bread plan, let's quickly talk about 2 types of bread that sound healthy but usually aren't. Multigrain bread. This one sounds healthy, right? Multigrain equals multiple grains equals better? Not necessarily. Unless the label says 100% whole grain, most multi-grain breads are made with refined white flour, just a sprinkle of oats, seeds, or other grains for looks, and sometimes added sugars to make them taste better. So you're basically eating white bread with a disguise. Pro tip: flip the package and look at the first ingredient. If it says enriched wheat flour, that's just code for processed carbs. Light or low-calorie bread. Here's another tricky one, the so-called light breads. These promise lower calories, sometimes as low as 40 to 50 per slice, but they come with trade-offs. They're often filled with preservatives and fillers, made with bleached flour, low in fiber and nutrients. And worst of all, they often leave you unsatisfied, causing you to eat more later. In other words, they save you 20 calories per slice, but cost you in blood sugar crashes and carb cravings. Stick with the nutrient-dense options that keep you full and your blood sugar calm. Quick recap of the 5 best breads. Before we head to part 3, let's summarize the champions. 1. Sprouted grain bread, low GI, high fiber, loaded with nutrients. 2. Keto/low carb bread, grain-free, high fat, blood sugar stable. 3. 100% whole grain bread, only when the first ingredient is the whole grain. 4. Flaxseed bread, fiber-packed, anti-inflammatory, diabetic gold. 5. Whole rye or sourdough rye, slow digesting, deeply satisfying, gut-friendly. In part 3, we're going to bring it all together with a 7-day diabetic bread plan. Tips for making bread part of a blood sugar-friendly lifestyle, and healthy toppings and spreads to avoid common mistakes. Trust me, this final section is where the real-world strategy kicks in. Let's make bread work for you, not against you. Part 3 of 3. Welcome back. In parts 1 and 2, we uncovered the top 5 best breads for diabetics over 50, along with 2 sneaky types of bread you should avoid. Now it's time to bring it all home. In this final part, we'll walk through a 7-day diabetic bread plan you can follow right away. Smart portion tips and bread pairing tricks. The best spreads and toppings that won't spike your blood sugar. And a few real-world rules to make sure bread becomes a supportive part of your diabetic lifestyle. Let's dive in. 7-day blood sugar-friendly bread plan. This meal plan is simple, flexible, and filled with variety. You don't have to follow it word for word. Just use it as a guide to spark ideas for your own meals. Each day features one of the 5 best breads, plus a pairing designed to keep your energy steady, your cravings under control, and your blood sugar balanced. Day 1. Sprouted grain breakfast toast. 1 slice Ezekiel bread, toasted. 2 scrambled eggs. 1/2 avocado mashed. Sprinkle of chia seeds. Loaded with protein, healthy fats, and fiber, perfect to start your day strong. Day 2, Keto Bread Snack Plate. 1 slice keto bread, grilled or toasted. 2-ounce turkey breast. Spinach, mustard, and a slice of tomato. Side of sliced cucumber with hummus. A balanced mini meal that's low in carbs and high in satisfaction. Day 3 to 100% whole grain midday boost. 1 slice whole grain bread. 1 tablespoon natural peanut butter. A few slices of fresh strawberries or blueberries. Sprinkle of cinnamon. Great mid-morning or afternoon energy boost, keeps you full and focused. Day 4, Flaxseed Bread Power Bowl. 1 slice flaxseed bread, diced into cubes. Tossed into a spinach salad with grilled chicken. Olive oil plus apple cider vinegar dressing. Topped with walnuts or sunflower seeds. Crunchy, savory, and blood sugar steadying. Day 5, a rye bread lunch sandwich. 2 slices dense sourdough rye. Tuna or egg salad with avocado mayo. Arugula or mixed greens. Side of fresh cherry tomatoes or celery sticks. Hearty and nourishing without the carb crash. Day 6, Keto Bread Breakfast Stack. 1 slice toasted keto bread. Fried egg, slice of cheese, and avocado. Dash of hot sauce or salsa. A low-carb, high-flavor start to the day. Day 7, Sprouted Bread Sweet Treat. 1 slice sprouted bread, lightly toasted. 1 tablespoon almond butter. Dash of cinnamon and 2 to 3 slices of banana. A comforting treat that feels indulgent but supports blood. Bread portion and frequency guidelines. Even the healthiest breads can impact blood sugar if portion sizes aren't controlled. Here's how to enjoy them without going overboard. Stick to 1 to 2 slices per day max, especially if you're eating other carbs like fruit, rice, or beans throughout the day. Balance with protein and healthy fat. Always pair bread with eggs, nuts, cheese, turkey, avocado, etc. Avoid eating bread on its own. Bread plus nothing equals faster glucose spike. Bread plus fat/protein/fiber equals slower absorption, more fullness. Best toppings for diabetics. Want to make your toast or sandwich even healthier? Use these diabetes-friendly toppings that keep you full and help regulate blood sugar. Healthy fats. Avocado. Natural peanut or almond butter, no added sugar. Olive oil drizzle. Fats slow down digestion and lower the glycemic impact of bread. Protein boosters. Cottage cheese or ricotta. Hard-boiled eggs. Low-fat cheese or turkey breast. Protein keeps you full and helps reduce carb cravings later in the day. Low-carb flavor add-ons. Cinnamon. Fresh herbs, basil, dill, parsley. Mustard, hummus, or avocado mayo, no added sugar. Watch out for sugary spreads like jelly, honey, or sweetened cream cheese. Toppings and combos to avoid. Some toppings sound healthy, but they'll spike your blood sugar or leave you hungry an hour later. Avoid or limit. Honey or jam, even the organic kind. Store-bought flavored cream cheese. Nutella or sugary chocolate spreads. Light margarine with hydrogenated oils. These are sneaky and easy to overuse. Stick to whole, real ingredients you can trust. Final thoughts, making bread work for you. Let's be honest, cutting out bread completely isn't realistic for most people. And it doesn't have to be. The truth is, when you choose the right kind of bread and pair it smartly, it can be a source of steady energy, a satisfying part of any meal, a way to feel like you're not missing out, which is key to staying consistent long-term. The secret isn't giving up bread. It's choosing better bread, eating it in controlled portions, and always pairing it with foods that work in your favor. So let's do a quick recap. Top 5 best breads for diabetics over 50. 1. Sprouted grain bread, low GI, full of nutrients. 2. Keto/low-carb bread, grain-free, blood sugar steady. 3. 100% whole grain bread, the real deal, not just wheat. 4. Flaxseed bread, high fiber, low net carbs, anti-inflammatory. 5. Whole rice/sourdough rye bread, great for digestion, lower glucose impact. Breads to avoid. White bread even if it says wheat. Multigrain without whole grains. Light breads with fillers. Sugar-laden buns, bagels, and pastries. Bread can be part of your diabetic lifestyle, you just have to treat it like a tool, not a trap. Thanks for watching. If this guide helped you, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with a friend or family member who's also managing their blood sugar. And in the comments, let me know what's your go-to healthy bread and how do you love to eat it. Let's share ideas and help each other stay strong and steady. Until next time, stay healthy, stay informed, and keep making food choices that fuel your best life.